Lionel Messi had a very tough life growing up. His parents made little to no money, so the family struggled to pay for basic needs such as food and medicine. But these hard times gave him the character and strong mentality he has today. But how is he going to pass these traits onto his children, who are growing up in a very different environment than he did? I mean, these kids probably have more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime. And when researching for this video, I found out Messi has been hiding one major element from the public concerning his children's education and plans for the future. But I'll get back to that a little later. First, we need to look at what Leo is doing to make sure his kids won't become spoiled brats like most rich kids. Well, for starters, Lionel Messi is one of the few superstar footballers with a very stable family. There's absolutely no family drama when it comes to this guy. He has 3 sons, Mateo, Thiago, and Ciro, who all share the same mother, the beautiful Antonella Roccuzzo. Messi and Antonella met in their hometown Rosario when Messi was only 5 years old. It may have been love at first sight, but of course, a 5-year-old brain cannot process stuff like that. Or maybe they knew already, because one thing's for sure, they were meant to be. Messi and Antonella officially started dating in 2008, but the world knew about it only a year later. And then, in 2017, Messi and Antonella tied the knot. And of course, you know, the wedding was off the chain. But way before that, back in 2012, Messi's journey as a father began. Argentina were playing against Ecuador in a 2014 World Cup qualifier. Messi was so excited for his son Thiago to be born that he wanted to send a message to everyone in the world. So what did he do after he scored? He put the ball under his shirt to mimic a pregnant woman. Or so I was told. But when Thiago was born, Messi wanted to celebrate with something he'd remember for life. So he got a tattoo of his name and handprints on his leg. This is how much this guy loves his kids. To Messi, Thiago's birth gave him more meaning than any of his Ballon d'Or awards. He felt his purpose in life had shifted significantly. One thing people were looking out for was whether Messi's football genes would be passed on to his son. Well, they didn't have to wait too long for the answer to that question. Little Thiago was enrolled in La Masia, Barcelona's academy, at a very young age. He played for their under-8 team, and, of course, he scored in his very first match. The apple truly doesn't fall too far from the tree. But after Messi moved to PSG, Thiago joined the Parisian academy and continued to put in mind-blowing performances. But Barcelona will always be that special place for the Messi family. And during one of their visits to the Spanish city, Thiago did something that surprised everyone. They had just arrived at the airport, and of course, all the paparazzi were waiting for them, and Thiago was actually wearing a PSG training shirt. So, what did he do? He covered the PSG crest until the family got into the car. That's a lot of self-awareness for his age. Remember, he was only 10 years old at the time. He's already learning how to deal with the media. But as cute as Thiago is, his younger brother Mateo might give him a run for his money when it comes to taking the spotlight. On the 11th of September 2015, Messi welcomed his second son Mateo, and in no time, Leo noticed his newborn's big personality. Mateo is always trying to grab people's attention, wherever he goes. He was even called a little devil by a fan after he threw gum into the crowd at a game. This boy is crazy, man. This little kid is such a menace that sometimes he would celebrate Real Madrid goals just to piss his brother off, and probably his father too. At home, when everybody is watching football together, Mateo will celebrate Real Madrid goals to piss off his brother, said Messi. Yeah, I really didn't invent that one. Couldn't really believe it at first. But Mateo is actually also very similar to his father. According to Leo, Mateo is the most competitive one in the family. He absolutely despises losing, just like his father. He hates losing so much that when Argentina lost against Saudi Arabia in the World Cup, Mateo's face was drenched in tears. Thankfully, it only went up after the small hiccup against the Saudis. Mateo also plays in the PSG Academy in the under-7 division and has shown amazing talent. But you know what they say, third time's the charm. So Leo and Antonella decided to make a third child together. And on the 10th of March 2018, Ciro Messi Rocuzzo was born. And this is where I understood Messi's master plan for his children. Let me explain. Lionel is definitely aware that his sons are more privileged than he was back in the day. Because of this, he tries to teach his gratitude and discipline so they don't take their lifestyle for granted. He knows what it is to grow up with nothing and work hard to earn what you have, so he tries to teach this to his kids. I try to make them learn the value of things so they understand they have to earn things every day. And don't assume that because they're lucky enough to have the possibility of having many things, think it's easy. Messi has said that he is a lot harder on his boys than Antonella, and that sometimes he goes a little too far when disciplining them. But to be honest, that's the only way to make them understand real values and become disciplined so they can eventually turn into pro ballers themselves. And that's exactly what his plan is. He wants to turn his 3 sons into pro ballers so they can carry on the legacy. I can already imagine the rivalry between Messi Jr. and Cristiano Jr., with both Leo and Cristiano coaching the teams. Man, that really would be something. To achieve this goal, Messi plays football with the kids every single day and teaches them a lot about the game. Who better to learn from than the GOAT himself? But Messi does not go easy on them when they play together. And Antonella didn't like this, so she forced Leo to let the kids win once in a while. Especially for Mateo, Leo just has to let him win once in a while because he's such a sore loser. When he loses, he starts kicking off and argues with his brothers. He's a terrible loser, and to avoid problems, I let him win many times. I think it's both a quality and a flaw that he's so competitive. Actually reminds me a bit of Ronaldo's character, to be honest. And for Leo, family comes first, and because he travels a lot, he's not always around to be with the kids, so whenever he is, he spends as much time with them as he can. Even after losing a game, his family makes it less painful. He said, "It hurts a lot to lose, but I get to my house and I see my children and my wife and it passes. Before that, I came home and I locked myself up and I did not want to watch TV and I did not eat. Now I have a duty to be at the table with my children. I still suffer, but I handle it in another way." On a normal day when he is not devastated by a loss, Messi and Antonella drop the kids off at school in the morning and then Leo heads to training. After school, Thiago, Mateo and Ciro usually just want to chill, play some games or watch TV. But Leo drags them onto the pitch and decimates them. May sound cruel, but I'm sure they'll thank him later on. Messi's sons have all taken after their father in football, but Leo has said publicly that he will not force any of his kids to play football if they don't want to. He just wants them to do what makes them happy, even if they don't step into his shoes. But it looks like they will definitely be following in Daddy's footsteps. And he knows exactly how to manage them. Why? Well, Leo's father, Jorge Horacio Messi, was actually his agent from day one. They like to keep the business in the family. Even the different Messi brands are managed by his brothers. Thiago, Mateo and Ciro will have a lot of pressure because, let's face it, there isn't going to be another Lionel Messi in a long, long time. He's just one of a kind. But one thing they are assured of is constant support from their dad, no matter what path they decide to take. Just like his family did for him. But I think Leo's plan to turn them into 3 football superstars is definitely going to pay off. But let's see. Maybe in 15 years people will be commenting, "This aged well," under the video. Let me know in which year you're watching this, and whilst you're at it, subscribe, man. And don't forget to watch this video on 10 things Messi owns that legit cost more than your life.